So today, this afternoon, I'm here to talk to you about building your brand by telling your story. And where I want to start is by asking you a couple of questions I want you to just think about. The first is, what makes some coaches more successful than others? Just think about that for a minute. The second question is this: is it because they are more competent than other coaches? So the answer to that question is a little bit of yes and a whole lot of no. So competence is important. I am not going to underplay that at all. It's critically important. We know that, and I know all of you believe it because you are here at ICF Converge. One of the reasons we come here is to build our competence. We want to learn, we want to grow professionally, personally. That's one of the values that most of us as coaches hold. And yet competence is not enough to separate us from the pack. It's not what differentiates us. Our brand, our story, is the differentiator. So I want to begin by telling you a story. It's the story of a young woman named Rachel. She's the daughter of a friend of mine. And Rachel is many things, but one of the things she is a kick-butt tennis player. She's a great tennis player. Very, very high level of competence at tennis. She was so good at tennis that in the 9th grade, she was asked to play on the varsity tennis team. And for all of you who know anything about high school sports, you know that it's very unusual to be asked to play on the varsity when you're a freshman. So she was really excited about this opportunity, and as the season began, she went out to practice and competed fiercely against the other gals on the team. And week in and week out, she was at least as good, if not better, than her peers on the team. But she found herself, week in and week out, as they began to have matches against other schools, sitting on the bench. She didn't get the chance to actually play. So Rachel started to think about this, and she decided to write a letter to her coaches. And in that letter, she told her story. She pointed out some of the qualities that were important to her brand as a tennis player. She wrote about her hard-working nature, how after school every day, even after tennis practice, she would do additional skill drills and work with an outside coach. She talked about her winning mindset. She had a whole way that she would approach a match and really focus prior to playing. And she also told her coaches about her mature attitude. She thought, well, maybe they're concerned because I'm only in the 9th grade and I'm not going to be mature enough, they don't think, to play in these varsity matches. So she knew her brand, and she told her story. Her coaches read the letter that she wrote, and they thought, let's give her a shot. She had a chance to play in the next match that her school had against another school. She won, and that secured her spot to play for the rest of the season. So the moral of the story is that she had competence. She was a really good tennis player, and that wasn't enough to give her a chance to play. She had to know her brand and tell her story to get that opportunity. So I'll connect the dots for you, although you may have already on your own. For us as professionals, as coaches, we may be really, really good at what we do. But if we want a chance to play, in other words, if we want a chance to work with as many people as we want to, we have to know our brands and we have to tell our stories.